The subcompact crossover SUV is an incredibly competitive segment in the car industry, as there are more than 20 competitors in the class.
Honda is hoping this all-new edition of the HR-V is going to set them apart from the rest of the segment. We're going behind the wheel of the all-new 2023 Honda HR-V with Harvey Briggs.
All new.
Yes, this is the 2023 Honda HR-V. It is now built on the Civic platform as opposed to the Fit, which the old one was, so it gets bigger. It gets a little more sophisticated. We have an independent rear suspension on this, so you'll notice the ride is actually really quite smooth for such a small vehicle.
Yeah, it really is.
An excellent ride and not bad looking in Nordic Forest Pearl paint.
I like the design.
Yeah, it's really fresh. I mean, Honda has decided they needed a new look, and so they cleaned everything up.
Fresh outside and in.
I was really impressed with the interior packaging on this. Not only is there a lot of room here, there's actually a lot of room in the rear seat.
It's time for the Harvey Sit Behind Himself test.
Is there room for me to sit behind myself? You know what? There is. The floor height is a little high, so my knees are up, but there's plenty of room back here.
But what there isn't back there are air vents or any USB ports. But otherwise, the interior of our top-of-the-line EXL model was pure Honda. And that's a good thing.
Got, you know, all the good surfaces here. Surfacing's great. It's a typical Honda interior, though, in that it's a little understated, shall we say. So,
Boring?
Well, I might go that far, but, you know, there's nothing here that jumps out at you and go, wow, this is really cool. So, I mean, it's just nice.
It's nice around town, but its 158 horsepower, 2-liter engine coupled with a CVT transmission with all-wheel drive is not quite as nice.
If you really accelerate hard to get onto the expressway, first of all, it's going to take you a long time, over 9 seconds.
9 seconds.
To go 0 to 60, longer than 9 seconds. And it just buzzes, and it's not very pleasant when you get this engine up. The other thing I was actually kind of surprised by is the fuel economy on this. About 25 miles per gallon around town, and I've actually been averaging less than that just driving around.
For such a little vehicle.
Yeah, you'd expect it to be, you know, you'll do 30 on the highway, but you'd expect it to be better than that. At least I would.
But being a Honda, it's fun to drive, right?
This is not as fun to drive as, say, a Civic is, because SUVs inherently are not as fun to drive. But it does what you expect an SUV to do really well.
The HR-V starts at $23,800 for the LX trim with front-wheel drive, and that includes all the safety gear. Adding all-wheel drive across the board tacks on another $1,500. The sports trim starts at $25,900, and our ELX tester with optional paint color and destination stickers at $30,590 loaded.
You know, compared to the average transaction price of over $47,000, this becomes $30,000 is an affordable car now, Mark.
Wow.
Yeah, it's times have changed.
And so has the market. There are 20, count them, 20 small SUVs on the market. So why would you buy the HR-V?
You'd buy it because, A, you're a fan of the Honda brand. Some people are just loyal to these. If you've had good experience, this is going to be reliable. This is simple, easy. It's, you know, but there's nothing that on this vehicle truly stands out. It's really for someone who's looking for good, solid, basic transportation that is going to be trouble-free.
All right, so you're not wowed, but it's a solid vehicle.
Okay.
You know, it's right in the middle of a bunch of really great vehicles. So you look at, say, you know, the Toyota Corolla Cross or the Subaru Crosstrek, or there are 20 vehicles in this category, so it's really hard to stand out. And it's not that it's not a good vehicle. There's nothing that I look at the HR-V and go, yeah, this is why I would recommend it over anything from Hyundai, Subaru, Toyota, or the others. It's just, if you like that, great.
So we won't be seeing James Bond riding around in this. And
No, this one
cruising
not
around.
really. This is just a great entry-level family vehicle, and that's who this is designed for. Is that, young couple with maybe a couple of kids or one on the way, and it's got great utility, good storage, decent seating space in the cab.
And not to be confused with the Honda CR-V.
CR-V, right. You get this, Honda fell into the trap of the alphabet soup naming conventions, and so you really, they started using these, and I don't know why H is smaller than C, but, it is, and that's the way they go with the name. So HRV is the entry level, CRV is a little larger, and then you move up to Pilot and some of the other vehicles in their line.
I did like the shape of it and like the dashboard inside with the big touch screen.
Yeah, very much. It feels modern. It feels contemporary. It feels very much like a Honda. It's got, and the other thing that's great about Hondas is they have all the safety features, including things like blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert, standard on every vehicle.
All right, Harvey Briggs, thank you very much. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
How's the leg room?
For me, not too bad.
Okay, good.